The journey of our church in Airoli started from a one-room flat to a row house terrace to a makeshift arrangement at Premdan of Missionaries of Charity, where it stands today. The vibrant Airoli that we see today was a small hamlet town restricted to Airoli Gaon. There was no church here. In fact, until the year 1990, people from Airoli used to visit Thane or Kansoli for attending Mass and for other religious services. At that time, Sisters of Charity of Mother Theresa had a temporary residence in Kalwa, and fathers from St. John's the Baptist Church, Thane, used to visit there for Mass. Under their guidance and active participation of some of the local Catholics, the faithful of Airoli were mobilized under the roof called the Catholic Association of Airoli, and the first general body meeting was held on the 25th of November 1990. They took up many more initiatives such as catechism for children, arranging Mass every Saturday. The priest from St. John the Baptist Church, Thane, readily agreed to say a Mass here every Saturday, and late Mr. Sylvester Lewis would make it a point to pick them up and drop them every Saturday.
The journey of the church started having masses at Siemens Colony at the residence of Sylvester Lewis.
And as the families started increasing, we had masses at Shirley Pimentel's house at Sector 3. But when we knew that the families were growing larger, Premdan was under construction at that time and it wasn't completed. But when it got completed, Father Baptist Pereira coordinated with the people from Airoli, the Catholics from Airoli, and had a meeting with Sister Josephine, at that time a superior, and she agreed to arrange a meeting with Mother Theresa, which was willingly done. And when we really met her, she agreed to give us the chapel for 5 years on lease.
In the year 1992, Premdan of Missionaries of Charity of Mother Theresa was founded at Sector 18 Airoli. Henceforth, our church was shifted there, and Airoli was made the sub-center of Our Lady of Forsaken Church, Kansoli. Father Baptist Pereira, the priest in charge, conducted the census of Catholics of Airoli. In June 1993, Father Francis Martis was appointed head priest of Our Lady of Forsaken Church, Kansoli, and was also given responsibility for the parishioners of Airoli. Here's what happened next.
At that time, there were about 40 to 50 Catholic families in Airoli. I used to celebrate Mass for them in the spacious hall provided by the sisters. Within a year's time, my dear friends, I realized that the families in Airoli were growing. Many more families were coming to reside in Airoli, and there was a felt need to have a church in Airoli. I discussed this matter with the then Cardinal Simon Pimenta about it. He gave me a green signal to start the process. First, I purchased a flat, a residential place for the priest to stay in Airoli. In the year 1995, Cardinal asked me to shift my residence from Kansoli to Airoli and serve both the places. At Airoli, I formed a committee of few active members, and at that time we registered Saint Theresa of the Child Jesus Trust, Airoli. After which, we carried out a signature campaign and applied to SIDCO to get a plot of land to construct a church in Airoli.
Once Father Francis suggested that since the Catholic population is increasing in Airoli, we can approach Archdiocese for a separate unit of Catholic community in Airoli. Subsequently, a letter was drafted, and through Father Francis we have submitted to the Archdiocese, and the sanction was immediately given. Thus, we had a separate identity as Airoli Catholics. As a test for the formation of Airoli community, Airoli 1997 was released. It gave information about the parishioners with their name, address and landline number.
In June 1998, a zealous and industrious priest, Father Sundar, was appointed as the priest in charge. He was the one who took up the Herculean task of setting up an independent parish. A new spark emerged amongst the people of Airoli under the leadership of Father Sundar, and the distant dream began to take shape. With the relentless efforts of Father Sundar and the other parishioners, STCJ allotted us a plot in Sector 10 for the church.
Father Sundar was ably assisted by Mr. Francis Anthony and other parishioners. The architect and the builder were fixed as per the guidelines from Archdiocese.
And from there on, we started working very hard to raise money and funds for building a church.
He was the one who strongly believed that if the people from Airoli were strong enough, everything would work out well.
Many initiatives were taken to raise funds for our church, including setting up a stall to sell chanas and sugar beets at the annual Bandra Fair event. We also approached a lot of different parishes for donations, went there to set up stalls where we sold food items and other religious stuff to raise funds.
The first day of the collection that we started, youth was given the responsibility because the youth were the ones who could really work on the ground. There were a lot of people who were working at the background, but the youth had the primary responsibility, and me being the youth president at that point in time, I had a lot of responsibility to arrange youth. However, since a lot of things were happening in a hurry-scurry, the day we started the collection, there was absolutely nobody to start off day one, because early morning at about 5 o'clock we had to set up the stall at the mount. So there was no one. And then that is where, they say wherever there is a will, there is a way. I contacted a couple of my college friends, Karan and Amit, willfully volunteered saying that we will come with you. Evening, we went to the mount, we stayed at the DPC overnight. Early morning 4:30, along with Father Sundar, we set up a stall, and rest is just history. We set up the stall. We used to carry these 25 kilos of weight on our heads right from DPC to the stall. We had the second stall for the mount. We stopped the collection. The seniors that time put their heads in again and said, why don't we extend this same collection to all the churches across? We do the same thing. But then we had to do something more special. So what we tried to do is we tried to make small thank you notes, insert in those chanas and those sugar beet packets. And this is how we extended this collection. We had a plan to go to all the major big churches across Mumbai.
After the evening masses, all collection boxes were brought to Airoli and were taken to Mr. Claudius' house and counted and segregated. The counting starts around 10 o'clock. We'll end by 2:30 a.m. Mr. Julius Rigo collect all the collections and deposit in the bank the next day.
For the next 6-7 months, we went to all the churches, bigger churches across Bombay. At Cathedral, we had a big, some 8 to 10 lakhs donation by one single person. And I'm sure God has blessed him abundantly. And one more very important incident which shows Father Sundar's dedication was that at IC Church, Immaculate Conception, Borivali, the air brake of the bus failed and Father Sundar was standing just behind the bus, and the bus straight away came on him. He was pushed by the bus, luckily nothing much, but it appeared that it was a fracture. Had to plaster his leg, but again, knowing Father Sundar, he could hardly wait. I think another 10-15 days they rested. He was back in action with that broken leg. People used to tell him, please take care, but no, Father Sundar was in action.
Father Sundar, through the consent of His Eminence Ivan Cardinal Dias, laid the foundation stone of St. Theresa of the Child Jesus Church, Airoli, on the 8th of April 2001. The construction of the church building was carried out under the supervision of Mr. Francis Anthony and many other parishioners like Mr. Claudy Lewis, Mr. Proctor John, Mr. Julius Rego, Mr. Innocent Vernon, late Mrs. Mira Colasso, late Mr. Hilary Pereira, Mr. Arun Colasso, and many others rendered their service in their respective fields, assisting Father Sundar to make this dream a reality.
We took the foundation stone in the evening after the Palm Sunday Mass. In the evening, we decided at about 3 o'clock, we took it to Cathedral to bless. Again, that stone was, I think, maybe about 25-30 kilos or maybe more. Put it in the bus, took it all the way, got it blessed, got it back. Put the stone in the construction site.
In my vote of thanks, I politely and firmly told the Archbishop, that we all are eagerly waiting for his visit to Airoli in an year's time. The Cardinal smiled and nodded to Father Sundar.
Finally, it was the day that we all were waiting for. His Eminence Ivan Cardinal Dias, Archbishop of Bombay, was the one who inaugurated our church building on the 26th of May 2002.
Inauguration of our church was simple but grand. Meticulous planning and execution with military precision.
The next project that Father Sundar took up was coordinating the SIP officials for a plot for our cemetery. The cemetery plot was assigned for Christian sects around the area in Sector 18 opposite Premdan. 7 parish priests and 1 assistant parish priest have rendered their services at St. Theresa of the Child Jesus Church, Airoli. Father Sundar Albuquerque, Father Christopher Pereira, along with Father Anthony Robbins, Father Marcellus Richard Crasto, not to forget Father Xavier and Father Ajit Bandegar as well. Also along with them we have Father Francis Martis and now Father Joe De Mello. Today the church has grown from less than 25 families to more than 400 families. That is right, more than 400 families. The church continues to grow each year. We have a persevering parish pastoral council, enterprising finance committee, devoted Sunday school catechist and pre-baptism catechist, faithful liturgical cell, devout Eucharistic ministers, aspiring youth cell, diligent usher cell, electrifying women's cell, peppy choirs and zestful senior citizens, to name a few. The parish thrives on the liveliness of children, the vitality of the youth, and the determination and spiritedness of the noble grown-ups and seniors.
It is said that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I'm sure you have heard all these people spoke about this church right from the beginning. They are struggled and they are hardworking. I myself was really touched. I would like to thank these people who came forward to build this church right from the beginning. I am happy for their sacrifice and their dedication, their commitments as well. I personally feel I am very proud to be part of this family, the family of St. Theresa of the Child Jesus Parish, Airoli. At this moment, I want to congratulate each and every one of you for celebrating our 20 years. And I am also proud to be the part of this 20 years celebration, part of this family as well. Thank you and God bless you all.
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that all unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand, we will walk